So hi everyone and welcome to another in our series of video chats. Today I'm joined by actor and alumnus Andrew Horton. Now Andrew graduated in drama in 2014 and has since had roles within theatre, television and film. And his latest role is that of Brandon Sampson in the Netflix superhero blockbuster Jupiter's Legacy, which is launching here in the UK on May the 7th. So thanks so much for joining me, Andrew.
No problem, thank you for having me.
Now, Jupiter's Legacy is based on a comic book series of the same name. So for anyone who's not familiar with that, can you give them an idea of what to expect from the TV series?
So Jupiter's Legacy and Jupiter's Circle, which are the prequel and the current series, are written by Mark Miller, who has also written things like Kick-Ass and Kingsman. So he's definitely dipped his toes in the water of the superhero franchise already, and has a good amount of success behind him. So that's always good when you're jumping on the bandwagon. But with Jupiter's Legacy, the story focuses on a group of superheroes, so it's set in the 1920s and in the current day. So you've got the people who play my parents. They gain their powers in the 20s, and my generation are born with our powers. And it's all about that kind of struggle about having to live up to the greatness of what the parents have achieved before them, and dips into the past and the present. So there's a lot of cutting between different timelines, and I've managed to watch it all and I'm pretty happy with it, and I hope that people will enjoy it when they watch it.
Brilliant. Now, who is your character? You said you're one of the children, so can you tell us a bit more about your character?
My character's name is Brandon Sampson. I'm the son of Grace and Sheldon, who are characters called the Utopian and Lady Liberty. So for those not familiar with superhero stuff, kind of think Superman and Superwoman, I suppose.
Okay.
Those kinds of archetypes within the comic book world. And yeah, Brandon is very much in the position to overtake his father, who's thinking about stepping down at a certain point in the near future. But unfortunately, everything he seems to do seems to disappoint his father, and he can't quite live up to the greatness that's come before him. And that kind of sets itself up for this really interesting family dynamic. And he also has a younger sister called Chloe, who has nothing to do with the superhero stuff, doesn't want to be a superhero at all. So you've got three people who are very involved with the superheroing within the Miller world, and then Chloe, who is a model and an influencer, and has powers but doesn't want to use them for the good that her father wants them for.
Cool. Now, what's it like to play a superhero? That must be quite different to being on theatre.
It's very different. The closest I've come to flying before in theatre was in a production of Dracula I was in, and we had a fun device which was covered in this matte black material, so it looked like I was floating at one point, which was very fun, which kind of worked as like a bike pump. So two guys would push down on it and I would kind of float up on a bike seat. But being a superhero is very cool. Not only do you get to wear these amazing costumes, muscle suits included, so unfortunately it's not all me. I did work out substantially for the role, but then there's a bit of extra buff which I wish is me, but I'm going to be humble and admit that it's a muscle suit. But the costumes and the entire experience, we got to do a lot of stunt training for it. So there's a good amount of fighting involved within the show, and of course flying. So got to go up on wires and stuff like that, which was incredibly fun, and definitely a childhood fantasy for I think a lot of people to be a superhero. And then finding myself out in Toronto actually doing this stuff and getting to do it for a living, you couldn't ask for more, really. I was ecstatic.
Brilliant. Now, obviously, you graduated from Exeter a few years ago. Do you think that your time, within the drama department has helped prepare you for some of these kind of things that you've been doing?
Absolutely. The great thing about the Exeter course is that it's so heavily practical. I think it's the most practical course in the country, at least it was when I was there, and I'm pretty sure it still is.
Yeah.
But yeah, having the opportunity to be involved in so much extracurricular drama, as well as the acting proponents within the course, were hugely helpful in sort of building up my confidence, because I was always a person who wanted to go to drama school but didn't want to go straight out of college, because I wanted that safety net, because acting is a very hit and miss career, and B, I wanted some more life experience, which Netflix which Exeter certainly gave me. And it's definitely one of the best decisions of my life to go to Exeter. And I've made lifelong friends, met my girlfriend there, so my family also went to Exeter. My older brother,
oh, wow.
And my cousin was at Exeter as well. So it's a good place for us. But yeah, the drama course specifically was brilliant. They've got really, really good tutors, excellent facilities. Yeah, I hugely enjoyed my time on the course, and would really recommend it to people.
Brilliant. And now if I could just finish with one final question. What's next for you? You got any other plans coming up?
At the moment, it's kind of just waiting for the show to drop. So I filmed it all the way back in 2019. So it's been about 2 years waiting for it to finally come out. So mainly just, preparing for that. And then hopefully we should find out whether there's a season 2 or not within the next 2 months anyway. So if that happens, then probably start preparing physically again for that slowly. And otherwise, just auditioning for bits and bobs here and there, which can work contractually alongside this job if it goes. So yeah, enjoying the sunshine at the moment, and hoping that the show will be a success.
Yes, and keeping our fingers crossed for theatres reopening as well.
Absolutely. I'd love to get back to do some theatre work.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Andrew, for taking the time to talk to us today. I will post a link for everyone so that they can see how to catch up on the show, and it launches in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, it looks like it's going to be really, really exciting and be a big hit. So thank you very much.
Thank you.